Nestled in the hills of Virginia, we're touching the Hokie Stone, means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. The Hokies will kick it away to start. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Miami's offense takes the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. Touchdown, Hokies! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The give to the back. At the 35, he's open. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Gets it out fast. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game.
I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that. They've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught near the sticks. It's Robinson. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Got enough space, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Hokies offense will take the field for the first time. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, getting everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Hokies will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Washington. Slips through the line. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Handoff to the single running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Running behind that left side. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
And the Canes are threatening on 1st and goal. Now he's looking to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canes! He'll try to tack on one more. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
To the air. It's Watson. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out quickly.
And I think that completion is as good as a 1st down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Washington. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. It's complete. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So now on comes the field goal unit. And it's no good. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. 1st down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To throw, it's Watson. Firing to the right, complete. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Hokies decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Running it back, it's Washington. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Safe completion on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to throw, it's Watson. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to pass it on second down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They're hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. And the holder will put it down on the left hash. A 34-yard attempt coming. It is perfect. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They finally make the stop, and that's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. The Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Russell to the ground after picking up the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The give from the gun. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Here on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Watson. Getting some heat. And they got him for the sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him, let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
On the return, it's Washington. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get rounded up.
Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, you got to stop the run.
Snowed under by the defense. Now on second down. They're going to run it. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese, and speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Setting up the screen. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Can't get him to the ground. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll keep it on the sneak. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Back to throw, it's Watson. Going to try to pop one on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They'll put the tight end in motion. The play action fake. He's taking the shot. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step one accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll return it. He gets a block. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Miami. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go deep.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Hokies racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
He's brought down, but he went backwards. Not the way they had it drawn up. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20.
The return is brought down at the 36, and the Miami offense will take over.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Pocket starts to collapse. He'll try to do it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Scanning the field, it's Watson. He lobs one high down the left side. Fires into traffic, it's picked off.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Canes line it up with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the...
Going for the big play. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. To the air, it's Watson. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break.
Brings it in down the left side. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And the route is on. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse.
Can anyone catch it? He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of